Peyton Barber. Work on the SB 252.
How you guys doing today? Welcome to SB 252. Please make sure you like this video, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that notification button to make sure you're notified every time I post a new video. So today, we're going to talk a little bit Big Ten. We're going to give a little outlook for how the season's going to go. So, college football is on its way. I'm excited, and I'm excited for the Big Ten, which, listen, you can talk about the SEC, but the Big Ten, I believe, is the best conference that is out there currently in college football. The SEC, Alabama, guys, has ruined that conference. You know, LSU had a down year last year. They had to fire their coach. And, you know, Auburn, they're not as good as what they were. So, Big Ten, big shout out to you. You're the best conference. Starting with Ohio State, who made the college football playoffs last year. They represented the Big Ten, but they had a big goose egg on the scoreboard against Clemson in that playoff game, which was very unfortunate. I didn't see that coming. I was shocked how good Ohio State played last year. They were a young football team. They just weren't ready for the spotlight. But this year, they'll be ready. They're a year improved. Urban Meyers is a good coach. He'll help those young guys. Although they did lose 3 secondary players that went to the NFL, they still got Baker and Holmes on the defensive line to give them strength. So they'll be good this year, and they'll be right where they always are. And that's them. Now, the other team in the conference, you think about Michigan State. They were a team last year that went 3-9, but the previous year they made the playoffs, and they got shut out in the playoffs against Alabama. And Alabama, of course, they always beat you like that. You got to be ready to bring your game when you play Alabama. The only reason why Michigan State got into the playoffs that year was because of a botched snap. But when you go to Alabama, no more miracles for you. I still believe Michigan State is a good football team for this upcoming year in 2017. Bleacher Report actually has them going 6-6, which I was a little shocked about. But then I thought about it. I do trust Mark D'Antonio to make this team good, but it's just the conference they're in. I mean, think about some of the opponents they got to play. They got to play Michigan. They got to play Ohio State. They got to play Wisconsin and Penn State. They got to play all those guys. So, I'm sorry, I actually agree with 6-6. They may even go worse than that just because of the conference they're in. Now, they might be able to upset a team like Michigan or Ohio State. But back to Michigan. Michigan is a football team that last year was good. They were a great defensive team under Jim Harbaugh. But at the same time, they lost 10 starters from the team last year. So that's going to be hard to replace. But again, they still have Jim Harbaugh, and he's still going to lead that team. But this team just can't find a quarterback under Harbaugh, which is very unfortunate. And if you don't have a quarterback, you're not going to be successful. Now, it's not quite like the NFL, because quarterback position is even more vital. College football is more about defense, but at the same time, folks, you got to have something more than just trash throwing the football back there. So Michigan, you're a good football team. You'll be there. And I believe once again, it'll come down to the old school rivalry, Michigan versus OSU on the final game of the season. The two teams are going to play. I want to see that matchup. That's going to determine the playoffs probably once again. Now let's move on to a team, Wisconsin. They're a good football team. They're always there, but at the same time, tough conference. They'll be good this year. They'll be good, but not at the top of the Big Ten. A sleeper on this conference is actually Penn State, a team a lot of people believed should have made the playoffs last year. I'm not one of those people. I think that the conference, the committee made the right decision due to the fact that, listen, Penn State, you came on late in the year, you did good, but you shouldn't have made it. They chose the better team. Now, it does look bad that Ohio State went to the playoffs and got shut out. That does look bad. It looks as if they could have sent somebody better. But Penn State, just wait. But again, I'm very unfortunate to you Penn State fans. You're not going to be in it again, but you're going to be a good football team. That's for sure. Unfortunately, you lost in the Rose Bowl last year. And, I mean, you might make it again. I don't know. You see, I don't know anymore, guys, because they got the playoff college football nowadays. They got the playoffs, and they interchanged the bowl games. Last year, the Rose Bowl was not even a playoff game. I remember when Jameis Winston played Mariota, it was a playoff game. So you can't go by the basis of what bowl game you're going to play in. You just got to say, will you make the playoffs or will you not make the playoffs? So that's the Big Ten overview. That's the preview. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you guys' favorite team is in the Big Ten. in the comments below. So thanks for watching today's video, guys. I'm excited for college football, and peace.